You can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave.
Hey!
System, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way.
I'm back.
For the highway, and on the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain.
It's Saturday night.
Nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and
Welcome
you can go
to
and
Dear
obtain
Dana.
anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's
I hope
fucking
everybody's
ingredients,
doing great.
They'll see
Saturday
what
night.
the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when
So
you feel
glad
low,
to
you can
see
still go.
everybody.
Even when you feel slow, you can still go.
Hello,
Even when there's no
hello,
hope, you
hello.
can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go,
Go. We're not gonna go.
go, go.
That's the ending music.
Go, 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 go.
Okay. We usually start with Play Dead. Welcome everybody. It's Saturday night on Dear Dana. So happy to have you here. I survived. And I'm so glad that you are here. Tonight we're going to talk about discover the power of your mind. So happy to see professional paranormal research company here. Hello, RC Peskov. A challenging few months. I'm happy that you bought a house. 4-bedroom, 2-bath on an acre. Awesome. Hey, Paranormal Witch Willow. So glad that you're here. Everybody take a deep breath and shake it off. And hello in the bushes. Hello in the bushes. So let's just take the music on down. Everybody take a deep breath. Take a deep breath and welcome to Dear Dana. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How's it going for everybody? Let me tell you. Thank you for all the well wishes, the prayers, and the healing. Because even though we have gone beyond the pandemic, variations of that are still creeping around. My daughter got it, and my husband got it. My hair's crazy tonight, sorry y'all. And then last 2 times, my daughter got all the shots. These glasses drive me crazy. I can kind of see the chat without them. But anyway, last 2 times she got it, it didn't touch me. But this last time she got it, it kicked my booty. It kicked it so hard. Way beyond what I'd like to even describe. But yeah, it kicked me hard. So as much as I would have liked to have seen you all last Saturday, I just couldn't do it. I had to put myself on the couch in the big timeout. My husband was bringing me medicine. My mom and my husband were like, "Don't you need to go to the hospital?" And I was like, "No, it needs to pass on by. Unless I absolutely just have to go to the hospital, you will not see me there." That is the last place I want to be, of course. Last place you want to be is the hospital. Everybody, we know hospitals are to help you and get you well and help you when you absolutely, positively need it. But let me tell you, you will get sick at the hospital. We know if you're sick or injured, you need to go to the hospital. But you will catch a million other germs at the hospital. So you don't want to go there. unless you absolutely positively have to, and you will spend half your life waiting at the hospital. You know what I mean? And let me tell you, they are still messing around with this YouTube thing because a lot of my screen, there's a lot of wacko space on this screen. So if I do this, I have to look down on the screen to even see what is going on. What the heck? What the heck? What's the girl got to do to be able to see the screen properly? Hello, Corner Cobalt Clubhouse. Used to, I could see the whole screen properly. Half the screen is a waste of space here. What is going on, folks? What is going on? What have I got to do? What have I got to do? Hey, Mama Llama. So nice to see you. And now I've messed it up again. What did I just do? What did I just do? Oh, Lord have mercy. What did I just do? Yes, can you guys see me? I am having technical difficulties again, messing with my screen and everything. If I do this, I can't see myself. Dynamic camera grid recommended? What the hell? Why they want to mess with everything? It gives me person number 2. A single media slot. Lord, oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? I don't need a Mercedes Benz. I need somebody to figure out the correct media slots on this. Why is it changed up every other time I'm on here? You know what I mean? But anyway, welcome this evening, everyone, and you in the bushes as well. It won't let me properly do my thing. You know what I mean? But be that as it may, tonight we're going to talk about the power of your mind for a couple of reasons. You know, I know I talk about hypnosis and stuff like that, but we're going to talk about the power of your mind. Oh, I need to get Eden to get something for me. Eden Angelica! Oh, sorry if I yelled in your ear. Sorry. I forget when I have this on. I'm also screaming at you. So I don't need to do that. I need to make a quick phone call to my daughter. Angelica! Eden, you know the bent one I have in the kitchen? Will you go get it, please? Okay. You know how on occasion we do healing in here? And you know how I talk about we can go in different brain states? Hey, Shay B. Are you talking about my glasses or my glass? Okay. When I do, or we've also had other healers on here, but when I do live healing on here, I'm a conduit and I connect to a higher, I'm in a different brain state, but I'm a conduit and I connect to a higher source. I say energy source. I connect to creator or God. YouTube doesn't like, thank you. YouTube doesn't like for us to say God, from what I can understand. I know who that is, and I will. Does he have another book out? Um, doesn't like for us to say that. Be that as it may, when I am in a healing state of mind, I am in a alpha state. This slips over into a theta state. When you're in a theta state, you're in a state of hypnosis. It's not in the kitchen, on the counter, near the microwave, bent up. See if Dad knows where it is. Anyway, that being said, when you're in that healing state, when you're doing healing, your brain switches over into alpha. Okay? You're in an alpha state. So when you do things and your energy switches over into like bending spoons, your energy is also in an alpha state. How many in here of you have ever bent a spoon? Not just forcefully bent a spoon, but bent a spoon. By using the energy of your mind to allow the spoon to get soft enough to bend it. How many in here of you have ever been a spoon? If you have a spoon with you, you might want to try that tonight. But at this moment, I know I've told you to do this before. I want to take you into an alpha state here shortly. But I'm going to talk to you again about a theory of mind about where hypnotherapy actually takes you. I've tried to do it on paper before and it wasn't that effective because I was trying to do it on a tiny piece of paper. A lot of people associate hypnosis with stage hypnosis, where people get you to quack like a duck and do all of that stuff. And yeah, stage hypnosis, you can do things like that, but what they don't understand is when you're in a relaxed state of hypnosis, you're not going to do anything that morally you wouldn't do anyway. That's not a part of your moral fabric. You understand what I'm saying? But that being said, with hypnotherapy, someone might come to me and say, this is what I've dealt with in my life. This is a problem I'm having. This is something I can't move past. This is something I'm dealing with. It could be trauma. It could be I want to quit smoking. It could be I have an issue in my life and I make it so far in my life and I think I'm heading forward in my life towards success, and I tend to get stuck and I can't make it past a certain point. Or I can't overcome anxiety, or I can't lose weight, or I can't quit smoking, or I can't, it can be various and different things, or I can't overcome anxiety, or there's something happened in my life that I feel like keeps holding me back. You get what I'm saying, okay? So I'm going to talk to you a little bit, real quick, about theory of mind, okay? Called theory of mind. And Dr. George Kappas, is the one that discovered this, and this describes a lot about why people get stuck and cannot overcome a certain thing. Here, that's it. Huh? Okay. Okay. Bent spoon. Bent spoon. That you can do with your mind. Okay? Bent spoon. So, anyway, here's your mind on drugs. No, I'm just kidding. Let me make a better circle. This will explain a lot, especially for those that have a fear of hypnotherapy. There's your mind, there's your brain. Up here is your conscious mind, okay? It attributes to 8%, 12% of your conscious thinking, where you make your decisions, where you decide what you're going to do for the day, where you make your decisions. Where you make choices. Where you have free will. Right? Where you know what's better to do with your life. Where you know right from wrong. Where you choose mates, different things like that. That attributes to 12% of your brain. And then you have about 8 years old, your critical mind kicks in. Your critical mind. See that? At about 8 years old. And that's when you learn, oh, maybe there's no Santa Claus. There's no Easter Bunny. When things make more sense, where your moral compass kicks in. Got it? And then down here is your unconscious. And it attributes for 88%. And that's where all your positives are. And that can be positive memories, positive experiences, and your negative experience and memories. If you got bit by a dog, hey Care Bear, if you got bit by a dog, it would go into your negative experiences. And you might decide from then on out, you don't like dogs. It would go into your unconscious. And as you grew older, you would just make that decision you did not like dogs. Or you don't like hamburgers for whatever reason. Maybe somebody gave you a bad hamburger, you don't like hamburgers. Or you might decide you only like men with blonde hair because you only had men with blonde hair treat you nicely when you were a kid. Got it? Or you might decide you had bad experiences with a female in your life that looked a certain way, so every female that you encounter that looks that way, you're not going to have anything to do with, whether they're nice or not. You get what I'm saying? All that is stored in your unconscious mind, that attributes 88%. And if you smoke, you might attribute it to something in your life unconsciously that helped soothe you, or attribute it to a person. And so even though you know you should not smoke, and you've made a decision that you should not smoke and you want to stop smoking, maybe you have a positive experience about it in your unconscious brain. So as much as your 12% says you shouldn't smoke, you're fighting against the 88%. You get what I'm saying? So it is not your fault. You got the 88% fighting against 12%. Down here is your fight or flight. It is your primitive brain, primitive mind, back when the dinosaurs were there. But you get what I'm saying? You've got your 12% conscious mind fighting against your 88%. So with hypnosis, when a person comes in and they say, I want to change, let's say smoking, for instance, or anxiety or depression, and it's connected to something in the unconscious mind, through hypnotherapy, which is hypnosis and therapy, someone like me, for instance, can go in after the therapeutic part through hypnosis and break through the bouncer, the critical mind, and go in and put in a positive suggestion to help the critical mind or the conscious mind and the unconscious mind to be on the same page. Does that make sense? So if they're on the same page and you have that unconscious suggestion, you're able to fight against or do that what you're wanting to do, like stop smoking, lose weight, get rid of anxiety, fight depression, overcome the trauma, etc. Does that make more sense to everybody? It's everybody's fighting the 88% in the unconscious mind. That's what hypnotherapy is about versus, sorry, it dropped, versus what everybody's like, oh no, quit dropping. Oh no, I don't want someone controlling my mind. It's not about that whatsoever. It's giving you the power to go in and say, hey, I'm tired of my unconscious mind fighting against me. Thank you, Mama Llama. She has had hypnotherapy sessions with me to little by little go in and, okay, we work on this issue. And then when we work on this issue, we go in after another issue. Because you can't do them all at once. Some are heavier and more critical than others. And you may feel it immediately. I recently had someone that the minute they came through the hypnosis, and she wanted it, and we discuss it, and you are aware when it's happening, you are so focused, inwardly focused, that everything out here is not in your awareness. You are inwardly focused. This other client, when she came out, she was like, I feel the change. I feel changed because there was this thing that was so bothering her. She needed the immediate change. I was on a live class recently, and this man had lost his mother and was severely devastated. Now, he had a session with somebody else, and they did a session with him on the grief. He was so devastated by the grief that he could not function. Now, whoever did the session with him did a session that removed the devastating grief and allowed him to feel the grief in such a way that it was still in existence. But when he thought of his mother, all he could feel were the good memories while being aware of the grief, but it didn't devastate him any longer. It couldn't take him down. He was aware of it, but every time he thought about the grief, all he could feel were the good memories of his mother and the love. It was that profound. That is the power of your mind. That is not control. That is the power of your own mind, because if your mind would not allow it, it would not occur. It's not a removal of the grief, it was a switch in perception. He was still aware of the grief. The grief was still there, but it was a switch in perception. Does that make sense? So when he would start to feel the grief, it would bring up the love and the happy memories of his mother instead. It was a, how do I say, an exchange. It was an exchange. His mind had to be ready and okay for the exchange. It was completely up to his own mind. If his mind wasn't okay with it, it would not have occurred. Complete free will. Good, Sarah. It's complete free will. Mama Llama says that is what is happening to her. It is not. Let me preface. What the heck just happened? I knocked myself out of the studio. It is not at any time, it is not the choice or the control of the hypnotherapist. Period. It is purely the mind and the choice of the client. Let me say it again. It would not occur ever if the client did not choose it, or the mind of the client did not choose it. Would never, ever, ever, ever occur. Oh, hey, Mama Llama.
Hey. I'm wearing my robe and I'm chilling out on the couch.
That is
So
perfectly fine. I want your opinion. It would never occur if it were not up to the client, would it?
absolutely. Yeah. It's a thing too, like I face like I'm a stubborn person, so I think it's going to take me a little bit longer just naturally to break through some certain things. And so, but it's happening like, and over the course of the time that I've been doing therapy with you, it's like, just a, it's not like a I don't want to say an epiphany because it's kind of things that I was knowledgeable of before, but I was unable to do it. Just like you were saying with the smoking, it's just like I have all this knowledge in my toolbox here, and I'm just like, I know the tricks, the trip, the tips and tricks, but how to like implement them has been like the hardest thing. And I didn't know about the whole 88 until you had explained that 88% to me, and then now we're it's like we're filing away these little disorderly, traumatic past memories of mine and saying, "Oh, okay, that's that." And now I can kind of look at these little events that happened to me in the past and just be like, "Oh, okay, that's a traumatic thing and I'm filing it away and it doesn't affect me anymore." And then I can, if it starts to emotionally affect me, then I start to tap into those alpha waves that you taught me about and kind of chill out a little bit and not kind of spiral emotionally. And it's been like a lot better. Like no matter like the life it hasn't gotten easier as far as like I'm just rolling with the punches. As far as events happening outside of my control, as far as the life events, but I'm still standing in the center of the storm, and in the eye of the storm, as they say, and kind of grounded because of these tools. And so that's why I'm like here. I'm like, okay, I'm in my robe and I'm kind of sleepy, and I know I'm not like dressed up or anything, but I really do want to say like, yes, this stuff really works, and it's not and nothing. I'm not, you know, barking like a dog or clucking like a chicken. I am just we're slowly and there's days where I'm like, okay, I just can't do the hypno stuff today. It's too hard. Where I got so much on my mind and I just kind of want to talk it out and stuff. So that's where the therapy comes in. And then that I think that my opinion is it gives Dana like this toolbox for me. Like she's like, okay, so we can work on this when we do the hypnotherapy. And she can that helps like that the subconscious mind starts breaking through, as she said, and everything she said is like coming to fruition in my therapy. And it's like that diagram is kind of like it's real deal Holyfield. It's real. So I just want, yeah, it's been really great. I appreciate it.
Well, I have to say, I'm incredibly proud of you because
Mhm.
you have not backed away from
Mm-mm.
the breakthroughs that have occurred.
Well, it's because because thank you, and I'm glad that you mentioned that because honestly, it's not been like all sunshine and roses. You know what I mean? Like there, each time I kind of break through, I've kind of I don't know if this is my perception. It's like I got to have a breakdown and then I can have the breakthrough. So like I'll have to go through this process, but I've like my have my family on board. And this is something that I had prepared them for. I'm like, listen, dude, I'm opening up a Pandora's box of trauma over here, and it's gonna be a wild and crazy ride up in Mama Llama house. And everybody's got their seatbelts on, and it's been great because each time I have these things, I kind of strengthen my relationship with my family because they're on board, and it's not been like I said, it's not all easy, but it's worth it if you like dig in your heels because I'm also like there's some things like the passion in me and the fire is like coming alive and and it feels really good to feel kind of connected to the world and alive again. So it's cool. I mean, this stuff really works. Break through that 88%, and you can start kind of really fulfilling those dreams that you have, like that you've been kind of holding on to and maybe holding back. I believe it's true, and I think jump into it, give it a go if you want to. I totally encourage everybody to do something like this and give it a try.
And in the midst of this, I hope you don't mind, she began creating a business almost accidentally.
It's true. True
It
that.
was like, I want to do this. I'd like to do this. And I was like, well, let's talk about it some more. And she started writing it down. And then by that Saturday, or just a couple of days, no, it was that Saturday, was it not?
It was pretty soon, yeah. And I had to show you some. I'm glad that I'm walking around here.
She literally planned it, started it, and got it going.
I got my business cards in the mail.
Let me see.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, wow. That is so cool.
Anyway, I did it. She gave me a homework assignment to get a business card, and they just came in today.
I am so proud of you. Everybody,
Thank you.
please give her some hearts.
That's sweet, guys. Thank you so much. If you're doing it, I can't really see. I think I can tap this thing and see.
Because I'm not kidding. We started talking about it, and within literally 2-3 days, she had it up, planned, and going. And she created this business networking thing where she was bringing businesses in the community together to network with each other. That is not an easy feat.
Well, it's like you said, you're the conduit, and like it was always meant to happen. Like it was always inside of me, and it was kind of like, if you've ever seen Slumdog Millionaire, I really love that movie, but because it really makes sense to me, I had been planning that for this all my life, but I didn't know it, or maybe it was planning me. I don't know. It's like it was a purpose of mine. And so it just kind of like all the pieces start to come together. And again, I'm starting. I did one event already, and I have another one for September planned and one for October. And then I have like ideas just popping up here like popcorn, just like, ooh, and I can do this, and I can do this, and I can do this. And I have a group with about 1,000 members of business owners that are trying to network and be a part of this stuff. So, and they're all locals, in my neighborhood. So, I could go bigger. So, I mean, the sky's the limit here, but it's all about building communities and letting people have independent sources of income so they can stay closer to their family, essentially.
I think it's magnificent, and I could not be prouder of you.
Well, I definitely know. I know you keep saying you're a conduit, but I'm so glad I have found a conduit to help me with breaking free some of those, personal blocks I was going through that I was harboring. And I just can't wait to see, how far we can go. I'm like, I'm on this ride, and the sky's the limit. I don't know what to expect, and I gotta put on my big girl panties and get to it. That's kind of how I feel. Like I'm ready to clear out the cobwebs, so to speak, in that subconscious.
Hey, Sheila's one. I mean, think about it. It's unlimited.
It is.
It won't stop. There's always going to be businesses.
Absolutely.
But I'm amazingly proud of you.
I am so grateful. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you.
And yeah, so there's everybody who's listening, and I hope there's a lot of people who listen to this, because this is a really good topic. And I think I highly encourage you to open the possibility, if you are struggling with anything, like seriously, any kind of problem. Like one of my problems, I'll be honest with you, is like an anger spiral. Like I have like resentment or something, and I just can't. I start to present anger in my head for no reason. Like I'm just creating scenarios. And it's been so helpful, the alpha stuff. I hope that you give them these tips, because it's really kind of cool. Like it's like a switch in your brain. There's a literal, let's rewind that. Let's try it again. Literal, oh my, not working. Literal. Okay, I'm gonna go country with it. Literal switch in your brain that turns you into that alpha mode, which, it's not aggressive there. It's kind of really safe feeling. And you just kind of feel like, oh, okay, I can take a step outside of all the scenarios and like get into your own self, get into kind of a safe place where you're not vulnerable. Like you can just chill, I guess. It's hard to explain. It really is, because it's something that's kind of personal to your thoughts. It's hard to say what it feels like to be in alpha state other than kind of floaty, you know?
Yeah.
What do you think, Dana? Like, what do you call it?
And it seems so odd, but so simple.
Hmm.
But you take it to step one, and then you take it to step two, and then you take it to the field. And I love it when you go to the field. Hey,
Yeah,
Shelly Marie, because
that's fun.
field is where you can go to create anything. And that is the most magnificent place to be, because you've taken it to alpha, and the field takes you between alpha and theta, and that's almost a hypnotic place. But that is the most unusual feeling, because in the field, you're in the field of where you've pushed back everything in this space, and you've landed from space to the field, which is almost like a grid. And it's a grid of creation, right? And that grid of creation is very much like, it's not, but almost like a heavenly state. Because when you're in heaven, you can create anything in your own space.
Definitely can see that, because I actually started using that technique with my daughter. And so what we'll do is before bedtime, I'll use the technique with her, and we create kind of safe spaces that she kind of manifests, and what makes her feel comfortable and safe. And so she's created pillows, fuzzy, soft pillows, and kittens, and there's doctors there, she said. So everybody's healthy, and it's really kind of cool. And she really is pretty hyper kid, but it helps her out. It helps her chill out at night, and there's less like tantrums and not in fighting going to bed. So it's helping in my parenting, and it's such a cool technique, y'all.
And when she's having anxiety, you can tell her to go to that space when she has anxiety, when she's going to school or whatever.
Okay.
Tell her to go to the space between her ears
Okay.
when she's feeling anxious, and it'll take her right down. So if everybody in here who hasn't been in that space, some of you have heard me say it, some of you may have been doing something else when I've said it, but I want you to take just a minute and take a deep breath or two and shut your eyes and think about the space between your ears. I know it sounds odd, but just take a breath, close your eyes, and think about the space between your ears. Just think about that space between your ears. Just think about that literal space between your ears. What it feels like, maybe the pressure, what it looks like. Not in form of body, but think about the space between your ears. And just breathe and put yourself there. The space between your ears. And breathe. Take that breath all the way deeply into your chest and your belly. The space between your ears. And just breathe it in. Just sit in that space. Go within. And you'll feel that change. That space between your ears. And now that you're in that space between your ears, I want you to take it a step further. And you may feel that feeling in your stomach because the space between your ears feels differently. I want you to take a breath, and I want you to take yourself literally into space. Feel yourself in space now, moving around in the entirety of space. In the full entirety of space. Moving from the space between your ears to the entirety of space. Take that in. Take in that deep breath, feeling yourself in the entirety of space. Look around. Feel yourself floating around in the entirety of space. Breathing in. And as you're moving around, you will feel yourself move now into what we call the field. It is the energetic field. There is nothing there except your beingness. You can feel the entirety of this energetic field, and in this place, you can begin to create the life that you want to occur in the future. You can see the life you want to create in the future, things that you want to see there. Begin creating with your mind. You are in the field of existence. The energetic field of existence. There is nothing there but what you begin creating with your mind now that will exist in the future. So look around and begin creating things that will exist in your future, and they will begin to exist in your future. Your future because this is your will. Take in a deep breath. Very good. Take in another deep breath. Very good. And begin to count yourself back into your present state of awareness, beginning with 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a deep breath and open your eyes.
I'm ready for bed now.
Good.
I personally, in my mind, saw a storefront for my business. I also saw kind of my family being very harmonious together, and like everybody's like having fun and joy, having joy together and sharing joy. And then I saw like staff of like web designers and like photographers that work for me and that helped with the business, and there's some cool things to come around the corner.
Very good.
So
Eh,
stay tuned, guys. It might, you never, I mean, it's happening. So, and I'm definitely, this is what I needed. It was always in me, and I think it's probably in you too. I really believe that each one of us has that that thing, that spark. Because when I see myself out there in space, when I really try to see what I look like, what I appear to be out there, it's just light. It's pure light. And because I had thought about it, because it was darkness, and I was like, where is the source of light coming from? And I realized it was coming from me. And it's just that piece of what that God that we were talking about that is inside of me that I was made from. And I was given that ability to create and manifest. I mean, that's what we're here. I can create. So it's all gonna come to fruition with a little bit of tweaking and unlocking these false perceptions that I have, and getting right and seeing it the way it really is that, I am just pure light. And that's it. Like, and I'm gonna shine, baby, shine.
I like the way my body feels when I get in that state.
Yeah, like I'm just like so relaxed. Like seriously, I'm definitely ready for bed. Like it's like somebody said good morning. I'm like, good night. Like, see, you must be on the other side. I'm going night night.
Well, thank you so much. You go get some rest.
I am. Yes, I'm tired. So thank you so much, Dana. I love you. You're the best. Like if you're a conduit, you're like a daggone lightning rod. Like seriously, you got it. Thank you so much. Love you.
Right. Bye bye.
Everybody, I love you all. Laugh and love and light and all that jazz. Good night.
Good night. So, did anybody do this exercise? Did you at least feel more relaxed, feel better? What runs hot? Sheila's one. He said something runs hot. I don't even know if he's still in here. Did anybody experience anything? Did you try it? Or did I put everybody to sleep? Hopefully not. Now, does anybody in here have a spoon? Did you want to try the spoon experiment? Okay. Yeah, I definitely didn't want you doing it while you're good, Sarah. while you're driving. Sheila Swin, are you still in here? Now, with a spoon, the same energy that we use with healing, even though it comes from um, Creator as well, you can use to bend a spoon. It will run through your hands and you'll feel a little bit of a mush feeling. A little bit of a soft feeling will be in a spoon. But I also wanted to talk to you guys about past life regression therapy. A lot of times, if doctors cannot, okay, I understand. Are you going out to party, Shabby? If doctors cannot find the source of pain or something in your body, you've gone medical, go to your doctor first. Sometimes people will want past life regression therapy. And we will do therapy and counseling, but sometimes we'll do past life regression to see if there's anything from the past that might peek up, depending on your belief system. And if there is, there might be something to it that we can try to investigate. Like sometimes people will, maybe they were shot multiple times in a past life, and you're sharing the same pain, or even have scars, or born with a scar in the same place that someone was injured in a past life you tend to remember. Right? So we will try to work out some of that stuff to rid pain in a body from now. Sometimes kids will remember past lives in this life. So we will do that kind of therapy if people request it. Well, that's unfortunate, Sarah. We use all kinds of modalities, but sometimes people will request that if they are at their wits' end and have tried medical and other forms of treatment for pain, etc. I find that very interesting, actually. I'm trying to see if this spoon is going to be in for me. No, I took my 92-year-old grandmother out for dinner. No partying, huh? Well, that was very sweet, Shay. Shelley said, you was told about the last two past lives. I was on the Hindenburg, and the next life a victim of a serial killer. Spooky. You were told about them. You didn't get to experience them, Shelley? Past life regression is where you actually get to experience them. Shelley, so you were told about your past life, Why? Are you afraid it would be too traumatic? Who in here has had past life regression as far as hypnosis? When you have past life regression, you are always able to come back up at any time. I trust that more than I trust somebody telling me. I mean, when I had my regressions, I actually got to see and experience what was going on. I'm trying to see if the spoon is going to cooperate and show me its soft place. It just bent. Bendy, bendy. It just got soft and bent. Got to see the spoon bendy. Good night. Everyone sending love. And got soft and bent. Night, Mama Llama. Night, Mama Llama Shama. But there's spoon went. If I concentrate enough, I can get the bowl to bend, but it takes longer. Sometimes if you put enough energy in them, they will continue to bend at night. Anyway, power of the mind. Make an earring. I didn't know if Shoeless wanted to come up or not. He just disappeared. Does anybody have any questions? I didn't know if anybody paid attention. Oh, that's not paid attention to the spoon. With healing, people that have cancer, that have a positive attitude, that believe they can heal, have a higher chance of healing and beating cancer than those that have a negative attitude and believe that there's no chance. You get what I'm saying? People believe that there's a chance to overcome something, to find a way out of something, have a much higher chance of overcoming a problem than those that believe there is no option. Does that make sense? Our mind has the power to do a multitude of things. There was a man that did really bad things years ago, and a bunch of women got together and focused all of their power on this man being captured in this one night, on him being found and captured. I mean, he had eluded authorities for so very long. They got together and focused on this man being found and captured on this one night in this certain time frame. Thank you, Shelley Marie. You didn't have to do that. Thank you so very kindly. And what they did worked. They wanted him found, captured, at whatever it took. Whatever it took. Trust me, he was found and captured. And actually shot in the leg. And it was whatever it took. So, the power of the mind is huge. Do an experiment sometime. Sit outside sometime. Focus on a wind chime or a leaf. And focus on it moving away from everything else around it. Focus on it moving, or the wind blowing it. Focus all the power you have on that leaf moving or that wind chime moving. Focus really hard and see what happens. Dear Dana, is spell casting kind of like when those women got together to use the power of the mind? You could say that. I don't think that was their intention for it to be spell casting. They considered it like prayers. But some people might say prayers are like spell casting. And vice versa. It's all in perspective and how you look at it. You know what I mean? I don't consider prayer spell casting. But some people might consider it that way. When you're spelling words, when you're writing things down, when you're saying things out loud, when you're saying, I wish so and so would happen. Is that spell casting? I tried to do that, and it worked so well that I have been cautious to do it. I did it for something positive, but it worked. You did what exactly, Virginia? What I said about the leaves or the wind chime, or what exactly? What those women did? Manifesting, prayers. I think that if you are putting things out there for good, you envision something. I don't want to say what it was. If what you're doing is do no harm, and if it's the greater good of someone or something, I don't see it as an issue. If you're putting energy out there with the intention of harm, that's an issue to me. You see what I'm saying? Or if you're trying to manipulate someone, or you get me. People should always have free will. Baby! It does all sound about the same in a way. The point is your intention. What is your intention? The intention should always be kind, clear, loving, not trying to control someone, take away their free will. Bottom line, do no harm. Always do no harm. Should not at any time being about trying to take away somebody's free will. Should always be about kindness, unconditional positive regard, do no harm, loving, etc., etc., etc. For the greater good, serving others. So, anyway, and back to doing past life regression therapy. I think it should always be something that's therapeutic for serving someone, for healing purposes. You get what I'm saying? Nobody knows. Nobody was impressed by my spoon bending. Nobody was impressed by my spoon bending. Except Mama Llama. Not one person. It wasn't forced. It was smooth. Smooth like silk. Thank you, Willow. Praying is asking, and meditating is listening. Popcorn sounds yummy. Praying is like asking, meditation is like listening. You get what I'm saying? And use your gut. I mean, you know what you're doing. You know what's going on. You know the core of the behaviors or modalities or what your intentions are. It really is about intentions. No worry, Shelley. And thank you again for your super chat. That was very sweet. Thank you, thank you. And I'm so glad I'm back with you all. I was sick as a dog. Does anybody have any questions about what I was trying to present tonight? And hopefully, people are less afraid about hypnotherapy. Thank you, Willow. I do not make people quack like a duck or forget how to count, which that's pretty funny when people forget their name or forget how to count. Yes, my eyes are better. I had to get another prescription for just plain steroids. All that medicine. I get my eyes better and then I get COVID. The big C word. Couldn't get your break. And Steven's company is about to go under. It's like hump, hump, hump. But I am about to open my business, you know, I am about to open my practice. So that's the good part. Get to the good part, Dana. His business is about to close. That's the bad part. My practice is about to open. That's the good part. I can see people's past lives on occasion. I prefer they see their own past lives. Because once you see your past life, you will not forget it. Ever. And it's most interesting. Enjoy your dinner, Willow. Like I told you, Dr. Roll did one of mine. Eden was 5. So that was 16 years ago. And I still remember all of it. I don't even know what time it is. I've been going almost an hour and a half. But I will tell you, I am so proud of Shama. She's had some huge breakthroughs. It's been incredible during her hypnotherapy. Um, it's amazing. It's as amazing for me sometimes to see the hypnotherapy some people are going through and what they experience. When they don't cheat, make it easy on themselves. If your past lives were what I said mine supposedly are, would you want to? I would want to see if that's the truth of the matter. And at any time it gets too difficult, you can come out of it. If it feels like you're getting to a part where you recall it's going to be traumatic, you can come out of it. But your hypnotherapist is walking you through it as things occur and can pull you out of it. But I'm just wondering. I'm really wondering. That's entirely up to you, though. How much do you trust what they said? Because when somebody's just telling you, they can tell you anything. I'm not saying they a gold digger. Just kidding, Shelley. I'm not saying they are lying. I'm not saying that. They do sound traumatic. Yes. They could be true. But you could go to an entirely different life, Shelley. Okay, you trusted her, but you could go to entirely different lifetimes. Besides those, you could skip those lifetimes. You could ask to skip those lifetimes. You could ask to go to lifetimes that were less traumatic, specifically. Just a thought. I mean, of course, you don't have to, you have free will. Just a thought, though. Because to actually experience and know firsthand that you had it, you know. Virginia Woolf says, if we have past lives, how many do we get? That would be entirely up to how many times you need it to come back to learn whatever you need it to learn. You know what I mean? Whatever lessons you need it to get, and how many times you chose to come back. I mean, I really do think that would be an individual thing. Some people might decide they don't ever want to come back again. Some people might decide, hey, I love jumping back. Some people might not get the lesson so easy. I don't think it's a set number. Some people might be like, I got the lessons, I'm donezo. Some people might be like, okay, I'm retired. I get it. I should have gotten it a long time ago. I want to hang here. You need to write those down, Virginia. That is super interesting. You need to write that down. I haven't had dreams like that I can recall. You sure need to write that down. Whoa. You definitely need to write that down. Well, everyone, I'm going to start wrapping it up. I hope this was interesting. I hope you learned something. I hope you feel more comfortable about hypnotherapy. I've learned so many things that I can't even begin to write it down here. Like very incredible things. But I'm glad I'm back. I love you all so much. And I hope you have a great weekend. Remember, your vibe attracts your tribe. And I will talk to you all later. Mwah. Thanks for coming on tonight. Dude, you need to write that stuff down. That could be a book. Thank you all for coming. And I will talk to you next time. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I got the volume so low I can't hear it. I can't hear it. Night, everybody. Love you. Take it easy. If you have any questions, if you want to know more, if you'd like to book an appointment with me, DM me at DearDana1111 on Instagram, or drop me a question below this video when it's over. Please like, share, and subscribe. Of course, I forget to say that. Bye, everybody. Mwah. Thank you for coming.